Morning. It is 11 o'clock, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. My name is Daryl Carson. I am here in Columbus, Ohio. Excited about Top Shelf Nutri. Excited about the information that's going to be shared. I met Mr. Smith a long time ago and started learning, getting into the nutrition arena and wanting to take better care of my body and health. And since meeting him and getting this information and him sharing it and then me sharing it with others, that we have lots of people that have gotten results. See, because we're in a results oriented industry. We want results. We don't want to just talk about doing something, but we want results. And the best thing about Top Shelf Nutri is we become walking, talking billboards. We are the ones, when you walk in the room, you got a different air about your walk. You tall, standing straighter up. You got your skin is glowing. Everything is looking better and you're feeling better. Even my 87-year-old mother is on the products, and listen, she's gone every day. If the bus will come and pick her up, she's on in her chair, gone. And that's a good thing. I'm excited about that and all the other people that are getting results. We lose weight, we get our energy back, all the things that by listening to traditional medicine and the healthcare industry, we've become sick. And everybody is sick. Everybody is on medication. Everybody is feeling dumb, dull, and dead. And guess what? Now here at Top Shelf Nutri, we have the opportunity not only to get ourselves in shape and feeling better, but to share it with the world. And one of the ways that we do that is with our founder and leader, Mr. Todd Smith, who comes and he gives us information that we can study and then go back and share it with others. Because, see, the information is just not for me, it's for us to share to everybody. And with that, Mr. Todd Smith, are you with us?
I'm here, Mr. Carson. Can you see and hear me all right?
I got you loud and clear. The call is yours.
Well, thank you. And thank you for that wonderful introduction. Thank you for getting the energy right, welcoming everybody on. Hello, everybody, Top Shelf Nutra family and our guests. I'm excited to be with you. We have, over the past few weeks, had some amazing speakers who have poured into us and shared from their own life experience and then how Top Shelf Nutra has played into that. We have more coming of those. But this week, we're going to take a few minutes and talk about something that many people have been asking me about. I have had multiple questions through this week and previous weeks. And so I finally said, why don't I focus on that on a training and see if that answers most of the questions, and then we can deal with the individual issues after that. So today's topic is going to be blood sugar issues. This shows up in so many different circumstances. And if you go and talk to a medical doctor, unfortunately, the treatment is, well, let's increase a certain hormone insulin, right, in order to bring blood sugar down. That's the solution. Unfortunately, when we do that, other natural functions and situations in the body start to shut down, and we become fully dependent upon that insulin supplementation. And so the question is, are there other options? Because oftentimes when you've gotten to the place where the doctors are going to put you on blood sugar lowering medications, then we've done some damage and we're going to do more. And so what can we do, one, to prevent and to reverse the situation of having elevated blood sugar levels? So let me go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to spend some time talking about this today. Daryl, can you confirm that you're seeing the slides? Okay, thank you. All right, so we have talked about this before, about the alarming increase of disease. And I'm going to go back to this because this ties into the topic that we're discussing. One of those alarming increases is diabetes, okay? And the question we ask about the increased occurrence of disease is, why is it happening? Why do we have more than 3 times as many diabetics today as we did 30 years ago? What caused it? What can we do about it in order to reverse it or prevent it? And again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not claiming to treat or cure any disease, but what we do believe is that if we make changes to our diet, that the body can do amazing things, that the body can repair and rebuild itself. And so we can't solve this problem by spending more money. Okay, that is what oftentimes what happens in the U.S. medical system is, well, let's do more studies, let's come out with more medications, let's do more testing. And I'm not saying all of that is bad, because when it comes to emergency care, I would put the United States medical system up against anything in the world. But when it comes to treating chronic illness, particularly things like blood sugar imbalances, we don't do very well. We treat the symptom rather than treating the cause. And so what is at the root of our blood sugar problems? And some would say, well, it's our diet. We're eating too much sugar, right? That's why we have blood sugar problems. And I would say you are correct. And some would say, well, we don't exercise enough. And I would say you are correct. And some would say we're being, bombarded by chemicals and medications, and we're putting chemicals on our foods, herbicides and pesticides, and we're genetically modifying our foods. And I would say you're right. And it's our fast food, we're using preservatives and all this. And in all of these, I would say you are correct. We have concocted a formula, a lifestyle that leads to blood sugar issues. It's just a fact of life. Our high-paced life, fast food, high caloric intake, low nutrient based food has caused our body to have difficulty regulating blood sugar. See, normally when we eat, our blood sugar is supposed to go up a little bit, just gradual, kind of plateau, and then over time come back down. And when it starts to get low, we feel hungry, we eat something, and it starts to go up, and then it comes down. Unfortunately, the food we're eating today, because it's highly processed, because the way we are hybridizing our food, we're increasing the sugar content of our produce because of the massive amounts of chemicals, pollutants, dyes, preservatives, et cetera, our digestive system is inflamed and we're not able to respond effectively to the food. And so instead of this gradual increase of blood sugar and then a tapering and then back up and then tapering as we eat and we fast between meals, we are now skyrocketing, right? Our blood sugar's doing this. And then because of that, our body is going into emergency mode, and pancreas is secreting insulin into the blood to go grab that sugar, pull it out. But because it's emergency mode, we're not being as efficient. And so what happens to that skyrocketing blood sugar is then it crashes, right? And we've all experienced that. And when it crashes, we get lightheaded, low blood sugar, irritable, all of this. You heard people call themselves hangry, right? That's low blood sugar. And so what do? We go to something quick, right? I mean, get me some fast food, get me a candy bar, get me some juice, something. And what does our blood sugar do? It skyrockets again. And so rather than this gradual thing over time, we're doing this. Okay. And we're doing it multiple times during the day because the food we eat doesn't keep us satisfied or satiated for the 4 to 5 to 6 hours that is needed in between meals in order for the body to process, digest, cleanse. And so this up and down motion over and over again multiple times a day is not only causing us to get fat, because when insulin goes and grabs that sugar and pulls it out of the blood, what does it do? It stores it as fat. But we are experiencing these ups and downs so tragically that what's happening is we are wearing out the parts of the body that are used to regulate. We're wearing out the pancreas. We're wearing out the insulin receptors that are reading the levels of blood sugar and insulin in the blood. And so they get worn out. They get non-responsive. We get insulin resistance. Okay. All of these things are then causing and perpetuating this problem of difficulty in balancing blood sugar. So these chemicals, the diet, the inflammation, the digestive issues, the lack of nutrition, all of these things are affecting our health. And that's why we're seeing, I shouldn't go so fast. Sorry, I know it doesn't click as quickly on the Zoom, but this inflammation as a result of what's happening is causing these diseases. Okay. Arthritis now is linked to blood sugar problems. Um, High blood pressure linked to blood pressure problems. The diabetes epidemic, obviously linked to blood sugar. Brain issues. Do you know that they're now calling Alzheimer's and dementia type 3 diabetes, right? These are all related. And it's because we are now suffering from many, many more diseases than we were 30 years ago. 20% of adults suffered from chronic disease. Today, well, we're 60%, and most of them suffer from more than just one chronic illness. Again, 62% of the diet contains these heavily processed foods, which wreak havoc on our blood sugar levels. They cause inflammation, which then just perpetuates the problem. That inflammation makes it very difficult for our body to get sugar out and get nutrients in, balancing things, getting accurate reads from the insulin receptors, et cetera. And so inflammation then, again, as we've always said, is at the root of this problem. Yes, we need to be better in our choosing of foods, but not necessarily for the reason that one is healthier than the other, but because one is more inflammatory than the other. We can make up for the nutrition with supplements, but we can't get rid of the inflammation if we don't make better food choices, okay? Because if we're constantly feeding things, high sugar things, highly processed things, highly inflammatory things, and one of the most inflammatory things we have is processed sugar. If we keep feeding those into our digestive system, then we're going to end up with this. Okay, that where our intestinal lining, the little villi, this is how we break down and absorb food. It's through the villi. Inside our intestinal lining are these carpet fibers kind of thing. And on the ends of those carpet fibers are microfibers. And food has to be broken down so small. It's called chyme. It has to get to a level so small that it can fit through the ends of those microfibers and then into the fibers and then into the bloodstream. That's how we are meant to absorb nutrients. It's our digestive system is supposed to break down and digest these compounds into these smaller molecules that then pass into the bloodstream. But when we have inflammation in our digestive tract, these villi and microvilli break off. And you can see that between those two pictures. The top one being healthy villi, it looks like healthy carpet, right? Look at the bottom one. Okay, they break off, they pinch off, they get twisted and tied, and then things can't pass through. And then the little diagram I've got there where you can see gaps form between these villi. And that's when we get things that are not digested, that are not approved for entering the bloodstream, finding their way in. It's called leaky gut syndrome. And this creates an autoimmune response. Autoimmune response means our immune system goes crazy to try and get rid of whatever those foreign objects are. They can be undigested, healthy nutrients. They can be unhealthy nutrients. They can be pathogens, bacteria, viruses, toxins, all of those things passing into the bloodstream. And our immune system now has the job of identifying, isolating, and eliminating, getting rid of those things. And that's where the body has to detoxify itself. So all of these things are interrelated. People say, how do I support my body to have healthy blood sugar levels? Well, one, clean up the diet. Two, take some nutrients to bring down inflammation. Okay, and throughout the system, there's some certain healthful nutrients that are tools the body uses to take down inflammation. So clean up your diet, give your body the tools it needs to bring down that inflammation, then supplement your diet with powerful, essential and beneficial nutrients so that you can then get the nutrients the body needs so you can be satiated and you don't end up with the highs and the lows and the highs and the lows and sitting there yo-yoing back and forth. Okay, our foods have changed. Okay, they're different today. We can't say, well, I'm going to do what my grandma did because guess what? We don't live when our grandmas lived. It is a different world today. The food we are eating is changing our gut biome. And so with that, it's harder and harder to balance blood sugar. And if you don't do anything about it, if you just go with the flow, you eat what everyone else eats, you're going to get what everyone else has got. Okay, that's the bottom line. And I'm sorry if I'm being a little aggressive today, but it's true. I'm preaching. If you want to get healthy, you have to do something different today. The research tells us, look at this one. Okay, it's showing us that chronic inflammation may be the common factor in many diseases. This is what we hear from John Hopkins. Alzheimer's, arthritis, lupus, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, stroke, depression, they're all tied to inflammation. And it is becoming harder and harder and harder to balance blood sugar. If you were to eat the same levels of food as your grandparents, the same amount of exercise, guess what? You're going to weigh more than them. You're going to have more blood sugar problems than them and more diabetes and types of chronic illnesses linked to it because our food has changed. It is a different world, and if we don't pay attention to it, we're going to end up following the statistics that we already see. We already know what happens if we follow everyone else. So if you want to avoid, if you want to bust the statistics, if you want to break the mold and be able to be like our grandparents, you have to make some different choices. So where does Top Shelf Nutra come into this? Top Shelf Nutra, as Daryl Carson introduced at the beginning, is about doing something different. It's about giving us the power to change what's happening. It's about looking at some of the longest lived cultures, lowest occurrence of disease people, and seeing what they have in their diet. What don't they have and what do they have? And that's what we're trying to mimic and copy in today's world. We're trying to find natural sources of antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, phenolic compounds, detoxifying nutrients, and the essential nutrients that are no longer in our foods. These are the vitamins, minerals, aminos, EFAs, and others that our foods are now deficient in. So we got to get those, but we also want the beneficial ones because we got to fight off more of these pollutants, chemicals, toxins than we did before. Okay, it's all about the results, as Daryl Carson said. If we give the body what it needs, it'll do amazing things, and we are seeing people turn their lives around, the healthiness of their lives around by following these protocols. Now, essentials are at the core. So what do we have to do every single day? Here at Top Shelf Nutra, we promote the daily health pack because this is going to do what this slide before said, right? It's going to give us these things that all these longest lived cultures have had, but they had them naturally in their diet. We don't live then, so we supplement today. So we've got 3 products that are in this package. It's the GTM, it's the Cup of Health Sport and Go, and the Cup of Health Daily Detox Tea. We've got to give the body the essentials. We got to give the body the tools to reduce inflammation. We've got to give the body the repairing nutrients, and we've also got to allow the body to clean up. Okay, it's got to have the tools it needs to clean house on a daily basis. Don't wait until it's all gummed up, the system's all gummed up, and then do some massive cleanse or flush. Cleanse on a daily basis. Allow the body to get rid of toxins, to get rid of pathogens, to get rid of all these harmful things every day as they're coming in. You're not going to be able to completely cleanse your diet. I mean, unless you're going to go live somewhere on an organic island with and grow your own produce, most of us just are not going to have the opportunity to be completely perfect in our diet. Most of us live our lives. We're going to eat out with friends and family. We're going to participate at the church. What is it? Potluck dinner. Okay, we're going to. That's our lives. That's what it is. So what do? We take precautionary steps on a daily basis to make sure that what's happening to everybody else doesn't happen to us, our families, the people we love, the people we go to church with. So we have a number of other products, okay, that Top Shelf Nutra promotes, but those are taken in addition if you find that you have a susceptibility or a difficulty or a struggle in a particular area. And so today we're talking about blood sugar, and that's the red ones there. And I'm going to take a few minutes to talk specifically about the products that help with blood sugar. But know that we have ones to help with hard tissue, that's the skeleton and the muscular, that's the blue, digestion and immunity, that's the green, soft tissue, which is your skin, your brain, your eyes, your organs, that's the yellow, okay? But we're going to focus on blood sugar. So here's that daily health pack. This is where everybody should start. Make sure you're getting these every single day. Make sure your kids, your family are getting these every single day. Now, one of them is GTM, okay? Just to give you some detail, G stands for ginger, T stands for turmeric, M stands for muscadine and minerals, okay? So it's a blend of our very unique proprietary heirloom root ginger and turmeric we bring in from a remote island in Fiji, our muscadine seeds and skin, the most potent and powerful antioxidant and superfruit we know of on the planet, and these rare earth plant-derived fulvic minerals that you can't get anywhere. Okay, this comes from an ancient plant deposit down in southern Utah. We combine those together into that GTM product. Again, we're talking about essentials, beneficials, detoxifiers, legendary roots of health. In addition to that, the muscadine, I already told you about the powerful superfruit that it is, just powerful antioxidants, ellagic acid. I mean, the list goes on and on of what's in there. Now, the Sport and Go drink, okay, this is a combination of lots of powerful nutrients, tastes amazing. All you do is mix it up in with water. You can drink it on a daily basis. I don't go a day without it. In fact, I have multiple drinks of it a day. I absolutely love it. And one of the powerful things here are adaptogens. I'm not going to go into great length on this. I would invite you to research about adaptogens, things like rhodiola, ashwagandha. These are powerful, powerful plant nutrients that the body can take and use kind of like a magic puzzle piece. If you've ever worked on a puzzle and you couldn't find one particular piece, what if you could say, I want to take the adaptogen piece and put it in there, and it would manipulate and change and fit into the structure that's needed for your puzzle. That's what adaptogens are for our health. They help with mood, they help with recovery, detoxification. They support so many chemical processes in the body, chemical processes that are happening and they're short of on a nutrient. Guess what? They can make it up with an adaptogen. Okay, they're like a wild card to make your royal flush or your full house or whatever. So they're powerful, powerful nutrients that people see amazing benefits on. Now, this gives you some of the details. You can see that little chart there that shows you what's happened to the mineral content in our vegetables and our fruits. It's just plummeting, and it has been for decades. And so what do we need? We need to replenish that, and not just with 1 or 2 or 3 or even 6 minerals. There are 75 different unique plant-derived minerals found in that drink. All right, and then the detox tea. Okay, this is something that I am a very, very big proponent of. Our family loves this. If you're experiencing any digestive difficulties, whether it's belching, burping, bloating, upset stomach, acid reflux, indigestion, this is the product for you. But I do it on a daily basis for the benefit of cleaning my body out daily. Okay, we're all getting chemicals, toxins, pathogens that are entering our body into our digestive tract. This has the compounds in it that will go identify, neutralize, and eliminate them without them finding their way into the body. There's also a number of very, very powerful nutrients in here for helping dilate and flush out your kidneys and your liver in a healthy fashion on a daily basis. Again, not waiting till it gets so bad that you have to then replace stuff. We want to keep our kidneys and our liver and our digestive system and everything healthy on a daily basis. You can drink this hot, you can drink it cold. Absolutely love it. We give it to my 1-year-old grandson in his yogurt every morning. He loves it. So lots of things you can do. Very, 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 very healthy and good for you. Okay, so let's talk specifically about what we do in addition to those basic items, the GTM, Sport and Go, and the daily Cup of Health detox tea. If you're struggling from blood sugar issues and you want to try and support your body in its efforts to reverse and fight against it, then there are some things that we can do here at Top Shelf Nutra in addition to that main pack. Now, I have a list here of different diseases. Many of you, if you look at these, you probably didn't realize these are related to blood sugar imbalances. Night sweats, obesity, peripheral neuropathy, moodiness, learning disabilities, memory loss, excessive thirst, sweating or urination, fatigue, hyperactivity, hypoglycemia. You're like, wait, those are opposites. Yeah, because blood sugar issues aren't just too high of a blood sugar, it's also too low. It's this up and down that causes the problem. And that's where we get difficulties, is this blood sugar imbalance causes all of these and more that you see on the screen right now. The main understanding that we need for this is to understand that blood sugar is actually a difficult process for our body. Think for a second about what your body has to do with everything that you eat. Everything that comes into your body has to break it down, and it has to take it to its smallest size particle and then use it as a nutrient level to rebuild stuff. Okay, so one of the challenges is everything that we eat today carries with it sugar. Okay, it's just the way our food supply is everything carries sugar with it, and when that sugar comes in, the body has to take care of the sugar before it can actually take the nutrients. Because if not, that blood sugar will wreak massive havoc. It will cause the body, it'll actually kill you. So your body has to perform all these little chemical operations in order to balance blood sugar. You see this diagram, it's a crazy looking diagram. Those are all chemical processes related to your body's ability to balance blood sugar. It's a miracle that our bodies can do this, especially with what we do to it with the diet. I mean, we're not like the other animals out there that have a staple food they eat all the time. We have variety, and we love variety, and we love to take and change our food. And I'm not saying we shouldn't, but folks, let's be smart, okay? And let's recognize that when we do that, we're putting a tax on our body. We're actually expecting our body to do a lot. And so if we are going to live the lifestyle we're going to eat at restaurants, we're going to, enjoy variety and enjoy the wonderful dishes that we can create and cook. If we're going to do that, well, make sure your body has the tools it needs to break it down and process it so that you don't actually wreak havoc on your health. So that is where we come into some of the products that Top Shelf Nutra has to help with blood sugar. The Vital Shake, the Java Boost Coffee, the ATP Balance, extra muscadine seed oil, and of course, extra Sport and Go. Now, I'm just going to mention the Sport and Go I've already talked about, but just like you can drink it like this cold, if you put it in hot water, it tastes kind of like a cider. It is amazing for blood sugar. You'll see your blood sugar balance in minutes. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. There's certain nutrients work certain ways when they're cold, and certain nutrients act differently when they're hot. If you've ever worked in chemistry, you can mix things and at room temperature they're stable. You add a little heat, and what happens? Chemical reactions occur, right? That's exactly what happens with these nutrients. And so one of the things you can do if you want to really improve blood sugar, make your Sport and Go in a tea. Have that before or after a meal, and you won't get as much of a spike. It's wonderful. We've had many people do this, experience incredible benefits checking their blood sugar. It's a simple thing that you can do. Now, we told you we have to make better choices on our meals. One thing you could do, just one change, is replace one meal a day with something that is balanced for blood sugar. Perfectly balanced. Your blood sugar will not spike if you replace that meal with either one of our Vital Shakes or our Java Boost coffee. These are balanced in macros. They're higher in fat and protein and very low in carbohydrates. And the carbohydrates that are in there are not a processed sugar. They're a complex sugar. And so you will not get a spike. And so you'll get this slow, sustained energy. And so if you could just take one meal a day, whatever's comfortable for you, and replace it with these, you will experience amazing health benefits with blood sugar. You can make it in a shake. You can just mix it with water. You can blend it in a blender with fruit. You can mix it with yogurt. You can bake things with it. Jen Winder has a recipe book. Those of you who were on our Zoom, go back and watch it on our YouTube channel. But there are so many things that you can do with this powder, and it is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful for blood sugar. And as I mentioned, the same thing with the Java Boost coffee. You can drink it hot, you can drink it iced, but this will balance blood sugar, satiate you for hours. And you have just taken, let's say, a 30% of your diet, right? Because one of your meals, and eliminated this erratic move of blood sugar. And so this is powerful stuff. Just replace one meal a day. Now, the other thing that I like to do with these is I use them at night. Any of you ever have cravings at night? Like you need to go to bed, but you're like, oh, it's been so long since I ate. I need something sweet. I make a shake. I do. I mix up a shake, or I make a tea one of the detox teas, or I'll make a tea with the Sport and Go. I don't have a problem having Sport and Go at night. I still go to sleep, but some people might have to avoid if you're really sensitive to caffeine. There's a little bit of caffeine in the Sport and Go. But making a shake, I know that some of you remember Patty Gardner. She makes ice cream out of the shake powder, puts it in her little ice cream maker and has ice cream before she goes to bed. Think about that. Something that you love, it satiates, it satisfies a craving, but yet it will not spike your blood sugar. Also, another product that has been back ordered, as you know, we haven't had it for a while, but guess what? It's back today. ATP Balance. Whoops, let me get that turned around. ATP Balance is back. I love this product. This is my way of getting through the afternoon slump after I eat lunch, and I want to keep my blood sugar balanced, and I don't want to get that tired after lunch. I take a couple of those after lunch. Some people like them better in the morning, whatever it is that you do, but those are some powerful nutrients. I don't have time to go through them, but just nutrient after nutrient after nutrient on that ingredient label that helps support the body's energy levels, so that when you maybe are trying to lose weight and you're restricting calories, or maybe you are doing something involving, concentration and reading and you're getting tired, this is a powerful, powerful product to maintain healthy energy levels, yet without spiking your blood sugar. Okay, so love the ATP Balance product. Mentioned this already, muscadine seed oil. There are many studies that are coming out right now that show the power of preventing the body from storing fat when you have muscadine seed oil in your body. Well, guess what? One of the reasons is because if you balance blood sugar, the body doesn't produce insulin or release insulin. And so that insulin then will not go and take the fat and store it as take the sugar and store it as fat. The other thing that tocotrienols do, which are found in muscadine seed oil, is as the insulin goes and grabs that sugar, and rather than storing it fat, it converts it into energy. Do you hear me? Tocotrienol's most recent research is showing that it has the ability of stopping the insulin storage process. So what it does is it triggers the insulin to take the sugar and convert it to energy, but not energy that spikes your blood sugar. Instead, it's a balanced, sustained energy. We don't understand all the science on the tocotrienols yet, but this is a powerful thing you can add. A couple drops before and after a meal, dropperfuls before and after a meal, wonderful for helping to balance blood sugar. All right, I got to get moving here. We're going a little long today, but do's: consume natural whole food, green leafy vegetable, high antioxidant, auric foods, high protein and fat meals and snacks, drink plenty of water, avoid margarine, use butter instead, avoid carbonated drinks at meal times. It neutralizes your stomach acid, reduces absorption, avoid fried foods and vegetable oils, processed meats with nitrites and nitrates, processed sugars, pesticides, and pollution. Make sure that you are taking your nutrients with your food. You'll get higher utilization and absorption of those nutrients. Make sure you're taking enough. Okay, dose yourself according to body weight, not according to age. Just do follow the veterinary industry. We all know we have small breed, medium breed, large breed animal feeds. Do that for your body as well. Make sure you're absorbing. You should see results. You follow what we're saying, you will see results. If you don't, please get a hold of us so we can help you figure out what might be going on in your diet or your lifestyle that could be affecting this. Make sure you're getting enough of the nutrition. All right, so here at Top Shelf Nutra, we are all about benefit. If you're not familiar with us, we are like having a Costco or Sam's Club membership where you can buy in bulk at lower prices. We're also like having an Amazon membership where you never pay for shipping. You take those, you add them together for nutrition and health. That is Top Shelf Nutra. And so you get the best prices, the highest quality nutrients and formulas, free shipping, and the ability to refer your friends. You don't get that at Amazon or at Costco, but here you refer friends and you actually get greater discounts and rebates back on a monthly basis. So how do you become a member to get all those benefits? Well, for $15 a month, you can get these amazing prices, 50%, 40% less than anything that's ever been offered. So you get that wholesale pricing, free shipping. You get the discount credits that you can refer other people, no minimums, no requirements. You can also do an annual membership, which then you get 30 product credits immediately back to you. So you're actually saving money. It's 2 months for free if you do the annual. So I hope that this information has been helpful. We hope that any of you that are struggling with blood sugar issues will take this information, put it into effect, and be able to experience the benefits of living a long, healthy, and beneficial life. And I thank everyone for being with us. Let's go ahead and close this out. Any last comments? Daryl, Andre, Kurt, happy to open it up to any of you.
No, sir, not for me. Great information. Can't wait to share it.
Great information, Mr. Smith. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Kurt.
Yeah, just it's back. So for those that have been emailing me the past week or so, I haven't intentionally ignored you, but I kind of have, because I knew it was coming, and I just didn't want to get you. I just wanted to make you a little bit more excited for it. So it's released. It's on in the back office right now. Jump on and grab it. And what I always do is I'll buy the special with the 2-pack and the cookbook and the ATP. I'd grab that. That's a screaming deal. That's how I'll do it. So it's ready to go, and we'll just keep on moving along.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday.
We'll see you guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Todd. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Mr. Carson.
Awesome presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get